You know, bro, in life, man, you're not always going to get the support that you expect to get. All right? There are times, man, that you just have to go without support. And that can be most of the time, but for most of us men, you know, that's usually the case, that we get the most, you know, the most minimal support possible. But that's expected when you are on retention or not. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're on retention or not, you know, you have to expect going through life, going through your 20s and possibly your 30s, being unsupported from folks. And that includes family. You know, you may not have friends that support you. You may not have mentors that are guiding you through life. You may not have it all socially. You know, you may just be the underdog. And honestly, bro, that's the path that you should feel like you're going to thrive in, okay? Because real men, they work hard in silence. Real men work hard when ain't nobody watching them. So regardless if you're supported or not, you know, life is your responsibility. You know, your life is your responsibility. And whatever happens to you, whatever situation comes your way, you are accountable for that situation, whether you prepared for it or not. Okay, you should always be prepared for the unexpected. Okay, you should always be aware that life is going to throw you a lot of challenges. Okay, it's not about how many challenges life throws at you. It's really about how you handle those situations, how you respond to adversity. And how you respond to adversity is going to dictate your success in life. Whatever success means to you, it's going to dictate your success, okay? Depending on how you react, on how you interpreted the experience that you're going through. And being unsupportive, I mean, having no support system, that's an experience on its own, because you are going through life experiences on your own. You're going through challenges on your own. You got nobody to turn to when it comes to situations. You ain't got nobody that's close to you that you can actually talk to about these problems that you're facing. And 9 times out of 10, you know, the small little circle that you may have got, they may not be really close to you. Which, why are they even in your life to begin with if they're not going to be close to you like that? You know what I'm saying? If they're not close to you, period, then why the hell are they in your life? They're just taking up space. You know what I'm saying? So, that small group of people, you may not be able to really tell them much or vent what you're going through. Because everything that I go through in my life, everything that I dealt with, everything that I've been through, right? I'm battling that shit inside, okay? Because as a man, you have to understand it's very hard for us to show our emotions. It's hard for us to vent to a lot of people, you know? It's really about who's going to listen, who's going to understand without judging our situation, right? Judging our addictions. So I know how hard it is if you are feeling unsupported. You know what I'm saying? If you're somebody that's feeling unsupported, just know that I support you, even though we don't know each other, but I'm talking to you through this camera, and I want you to know that I support you, okay? And that when you're on this path, I know how hard it can be, because I was a person that came out of high school, was pretty much directionless, had no idea where I was going. I didn't have a map. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a plan mapped out for me. Life just wasn't, okay, life just wasn't going to give me a manual, you know, to success, how to become successful. Life did not come with instructions after high school. And that's when life really, really begins, is when you graduate high school. So I didn't have that rule book. I didn't have that manual. I didn't have these instructions, okay? It took me a while to learn how to navigate through life, okay? The things that high school wasn't going to teach me, I'm learning in my real life, okay? And just even getting in the space to elevate, like, that's a challenge within itself. Because when you don't have a foundation, and when you don't have that, the people in your life building you up, right? When you're young, you don't have a lot of people. You got your family building you up. You got teachers, you got mentors building you up. That's how it usually goes, right? But especially in the Black community, right? We suffer from the most lack of support. I'm not saying every black person, but for the majority, and I can speak for myself too, because I've suffered from a lack of support system in my life. Okay, there was not a lot of resources for me available to seek help that I needed to get, right? When it came to my mental health issues, when it came to depression, anxiety, etc., it felt like there was nobody to reach out to. Like, maybe there was, but there wasn't anybody that I felt was equipped to understand what I was going through and how those people can help me navigate through these problems, right? But it's also a matter of feeling that, like, you're understood. It's a matter of feeling like, somebody, gets you, somebody understands where you're coming from, right? And that in itself can make you feel alone. Like, ain't nobody get me like that. Ain't nobody fuck with me like that. Ain't nobody really rock with me like that. Nobody really understands me, okay? So, like, I get that whole challenge. But you see, one thing you have to understand, bro, is if nobody in your life believes in you, it's your job to believe in yourself, okay? When you're a grown man and in your 20s, you have to realize it is time to grow up. So all that stuff that you were holding on to as a little kid, right? Because it was more acceptable, as a kid, we're more emotional as kids. But when you're an adult, you're a grown man, you ain't got time to be emotional. You don't got time to be in your feelings, okay? And on retention journey, especially on retention, because when you're on retention, a lot of your trauma is going to come back to haunt you. Okay, the things that you did not address beforehand, it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. Okay, and that's the karma that we get. That's the consequences that us chosen ones have to. Even if you're not a chosen one, it don't really matter. But God's chosen people that are choosing to retain your vital fluid, you're going to understand, like, I didn't address my trauma, okay? But now that I'm on this journey, on this retention, now everything that happened to me in my past is going to come back to haunt me, okay? And it's your job to settle that trauma once and for all. It's your job to, nip it in the butt as soon as possible and move forward. It's your job to forgive yourself, right? And to move on from the people that hurt you in the past. It's your job to get over your past. You feel what I'm saying? Whether if you have anybody on your team or not. You have to look into your life. Like, you have to really, really look deep within yourself and find what's really holding you back. You feel what I'm saying? And it's gonna be very hard, man, to, like, figure out the voids that are missing in your life. It's gonna be hard to find the root cause of, why you do certain things and why you behave a certain way and why, you feel certain emotions and why you think the way you do. You got to really look to the root cause of that. And that's going to be placed in your past, most likely. Okay? And I feel like the reason why I behave in certain ways, and when I'm just looking at my behaviors, I'm studying myself, dissecting myself, the reason why I behaved in certain ways was because, okay, I didn't have a father in my life. I didn't have a male authority figure in the household, okay? I was raised by my mom, single parent, or by a woman, okay? I didn't have a big support system. So it caused me to act out in certain ways, which was not normal behavior, okay? You know, I found myself, you know, really isolating myself a lot of times and stuff. I just wasn't, you know, I didn't have a full-on grip on my life. I didn't have a full-on grip of things that was happening to me, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I had to really rely on other people to help me through things. But when I didn't have that support system available, you know, I was kind of forced to deal with a lot of shit on my own. I was forced to deal with depression, anxiety on my own, mental health issues on my own. And it's going to be like that sometimes, you know, but luckily for me, I have the mental fortitude to keep moving forward. I have the mental toughness to, you know, get through certain issues and through certain challenges that life likes to throw my way. You know, when I'm in a bad season of my life, you know, I have that mental toughness to get through that bad season and be able to apply what I learned from that bad season, and I'm going to take that lesson with me to the next stage of my life. You know, because I know it sounds cliche to say this, but what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger, okay? And you become stronger of what did not kill you, okay? What did not destroy you. When depression didn't destroy you, when anxiety did not destroy you, when being the underdog and being looked over and just being rejected and being, you know, looked past and people not supporting you, when that did not destroy you, when loneliness did not destroy you, you become stronger from those experiences. You become stronger from those certain challenges, okay? And not many people are gonna go through that, bro. But you become a lot stronger mentally and physically when you go through these bad seasons, compared to everybody else who, you know, they had a support system. They had people backing them up in their life, okay? But just know that, you know, when you're on retention, you are at the best stage of your life, man. You know, you're at that stage where you can fully grab life by the balls and take control of your life and take your power back, most importantly, because when you have your power back and you got full control over everything of your life, you're micromanaging your life in all aspects, and nothing can get in your way, and nothing can stop you from achieving success. So regardless if you have support or not, you are going to win. You are going to reign supreme, okay? Because God said so. You know, when you put the Most High first, you know, anything is possible. When you bring all your issues and you bring all your problems to the Lord, you let Him handle it. You put Him in the driver's seat and you let Him handle it. You know, you do your prayer, but also you have to work on yourself. You got to dissect what's going on with you. Okay, you have to do a lot of shadow work, and you have to, you know, really look into your thoughts and your behaviors and your emotions. You have to change something. There's something about you that needs to change. And if you don't do that work on self, you know, the Most High is not going to bless you with the elevation that you need to get past those experiences or past that traumatic experience that you went through. So that being said, make sure y'all like the video. It does not take long. You know, just gotta click that one button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you are new, more content is to come. Stay tuned. God bless y'all. God bless every one of y'all, and I'm out.